What's going on, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about the keypad and some keypad solutions for if you're wanting to use a different keypad. This keypad right here is the one that's supported by Haltech. It's a Gray Hill 15 button keypad. They also have an 8 button keypad that they have. That when you purchase them through Haltech, they come pre-configured. I don't recommend purchasing one that's not a Haltech branded, because there are options for things that are different, and these things you can burn yourself because they don't all come with the same essentially the same firmware on the box. There's firmware that you can't change. There's configuration that you can change if you're smart enough, and then if you get them through Haltech, you just don't have to worry. They work out of the box just fine. But I've had requests that people say, hey, like, I love this keypad, but I am interested more in something like this. This is a keypad from Blink Marine. I will be offering these very, very soon, pre-configured to allow support through the Haltech system, utilizing my gateway that I build. This gateway offers essentially buses, so we can isolate the keypads to make it where we can manage information going back and forth from this keypad to this ecosystem without conflict. Without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and get started. I have this keypad set up. We'll just go ahead and pop it in, turn the power on. You can see that it's lit up here with we got the button 2, and if you press the buttons, essentially they toggle on and off. If we go to our keypad screen here, you can see that the button state changes. Let's see, right now I'm pressing button 11, and then if we press button, I guess 6, and so forth, it works. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'll power this off. I'm going to take this away. We'll unplug this one. We'll put it to the side. I don't connect directly to the bus. I utilize the gateway for information management, so we don't have information that's conflicting on the same network. So I'm going to hook this up. Essentially, we're going to have 2 CAN buses. One bus going to the Blink keypad, and then one going to the Haltech ecosystem. So this right here is hooked up to the Blink keypad going to the gateway, and then we have gateway going to Haltech ecosystem. I'll power it back up. You can see that we have our button states as well. So if I press the button, that one's our toggle on and off, and so forth. And also, one of the things that it took me a while to get this feature situated. We'll go back to the main. So essentially, if you wanted to run multiple boxes, right? You want to change the ID of the box from A to B. We'll hit convert to B. Granted, this is on older firmware right now, but it's the firmware that's, I guess, stable with changing keypads. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and move everything over. We'll hit restart. All right, and now you can see that we have our keypad situated there, and now our button state changes from A to B. Hopefully that makes sense. So the next thing I can show you is we can have multiple keypads here. So I have that set up as this is currently B. Let's just bring in this. This is a 2x6 keypad. It's a 12 button keypad. We'll hook it up to the second bus. I believe that it is a keypad A. We'll find out. Yep, it is an A. So we can have multiple keypads associated with the information. Now, granted, we only have 12 buttons, so obviously buttons 13 through 15 I can't utilize. That's just the, obviously it's a physical limitation. Another thing I set up, so we're going to hold this for a fair amount of time. We'll start seeing the colors change on the backlight. So I had the backlight set up to where it is controlled. It has different colors it can be. So after a certain amount of time, it'll start changing the colors. So now we have red. So if I wanted red, I could let go. If I wanted this green, this lime green, I could let go right now. If I wanted blue, I could let go right now. If I wanted yellow, I would let go right now. Teal, that's what we were. There's 9 different colors. So purple, that's what we currently have on our 15 button Blink. Then we have a white. We'll leave it at white. There we go. That's fine. All right, so I got it to red. It took me a second. I had to use 2 hands. My apologies. I was trying to use just 1 hand, but if we hold it, do it one more time. My apologies. I'm going to hold it for, I think, 20 or some odd seconds. You can see the keypad 3.5B button states being shown on for both. Red's our first color, so we won't see it actually change the backlight from red. There we go. We got green. So, yeah, it's kind of difficult to see the backlight for green, but we can do something like this. So if we go to our Haltech CAN system and we go over to our keypads, right? Keypad 3x5B. So our backlight brightness level and our LED brightness. Let's turn the backlight brightness level to 10%. Now we have different brightness levels for it to know when things are toggled on and off. That would be how you could do it. I think the final trick that I have, you can set up to 4 of these keypads all on the bus for Blink keypads. So if you had essentially, you could have up to 2 8 or less buttons and up to 2 15 or less buttons. Well, they only make them to 15, but they have this cool one right here. It's a little bit more expensive. It has 4 analog inputs. It has 2 encoders and the button presses. So we'll go ahead and hook this one up. When you hook this one up, it will go and apply like it is a I/O box. So if this is keypad A or B, let me go ahead and power it off so we can start from scratch. I don't know if this is box A or B. I don't want to conflict. So we're currently showing right here. Let's see if it is A or B. It looks like it is A. Cool. All right. So we can also change the ID of this box too to B. It'll change the I/O box to B as well. So if you already have an I/O expander 12, depending on which one you have, you'll use your conditions. And what I have set up here, if we go to the we'll go to my generics. Boom. I have 2 generics set up, output 19 and output 20. Output 19 and 20, we have essentially a table on both of them. I have it set up to where the encoder is the digital pulse input percentage. So if we look at the digital pulse input percentage, it goes from 0 to 16 because that's how many steps we have total with our encoder. And then I have it set up to where it starts at, you can do 0 to 16, you can do 20 to 36, you can do 40 to 56, or 60 to 76 to determine the angle and rotation of your starting LEDs. So for instance, right now, these are starting essentially on the east or the 3 o'clock position and goes and rolls all the way around. While I have the other one set up at the 9 o'clock position, so it starts at the 9 o'clock and works its way around at 9 o'clock. So you can play with the pulsed inputs and outputs as needed in order to get your encoder position set. The encoder position LEDs are fixed LED output, so you don't have the ability to change the backlight brightness on them, to my knowledge. And I don't think that they're going to do anything for that. I think they're just a static value from Blink. And that's pretty much it for this video. I'm going to have these up on my website soon at minperformance.com. I'm going to essentially have a kit set up with documentation. I'm probably not going to offer any wiring directly for solutions. I may end up offering just a few like pigtailish scenarios for things perhaps. But the biggest challenge I have is I don't know where you want to mount this in your car, and I don't know how far it's going to be from this. So if we have a situation where you want to put this, and this 6 meters away, or this and this 6 inches away, you're going to end up with a circumstance of a mess where you could just essentially, wire it up as needed. There's 4 wires on the keypad. There's essentially 6 you'll need on the gateway itself. And as long as you don't mess up which CAN bus goes to the Haltech ECU and which CAN bus goes to the keypads, you will be totally fine. Anyways, I hope this offers some information and hopefully some value to people that may want you know, a little bit more customization of things. All the colors on the keypad as well. So they're you can do the rotary switch situation with them with the keypads. Also, essentially, if you have an error, it'll be red. If it's on and yellow, so if you would typically have the green and yellow LEDs, you will have a yellow color here. If you have just the green, you will have just the green here. So, and then if it's ever red, you will have a red button. So we can do a rotary switch as well. So let's see if we can set one of those up. Where are my generics? Rotary switch. Rotary trim module. There we go. Let's set up a rotary trim module. All right, this is a input style. Dual input's fine. Calibration, wiring. Let's go assign. We're gonna put this on buttons 3 and 4. Does that sound right? That'll work. Button 3. Oh, that's down. Yep, up and input will be button 4. Cool. Button 4. All right. Let's refresh. So we can see 1, 2, 3. Cool. And then we go down. So we have, I think, a total of 6 positions. So a maximum 6 positions. Yeah. So if you wanted 4 positions, cool. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's as far as you're gonna go. 3, 2, 1, 0. Anyways, we'll see you in the next video. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Facebook, email, Mitchman. Yeah, Mitchman@gmail.com. Yeah, and we'll see you later. Have a good one.